The betrayal is self-betrayal. Hello selfies, how you all doing? I am doing well, my peace and blessings. Welcome back to the channel. I received a message from one of our selfies here who requested that I discuss on how to not let people walk all over her or, all over you. So I had this conversation with this selfie. I took it upon myself to come here so that I can discuss it with everyone. Also, all the selfies, because we're a community of love, peace, joy, happiness, and also prosperity and abundance. So I came here today so we can discuss about this topic. Selfies, I want you to follow along with me so that we can understand this scenario that I'm given. The example is, I have a friend who I trust, who I believe, and I feel like this person is taking me for granted. This person doesn't respect me. This person does not love me back, or this person, it's using me. Mine used to be, they always come and they take, and when they take, they never appreciate me, they never love me back, or they never stay in my life. When you have a person in your life who you think or who you believe is using you, or that person does not appreciate you, or that person does not love you back as you love them, selfies, I want you all to keep this in mind. Put this at the back of your mind, at the center of your mind, at the front of your mind. Wear this with you. Go anywhere with this phrase. Every man, it's a golden link to your chain of good. That means every man walking on this earth plane, it's God incarnated. What does that mean? Every man has the God force in them. You cannot be the person you are or the person I am if I did not have the God force in me, if you do not have the God force in you. So there is an active God, what we all call the universal superconscious mind, the universal mind. He, she, or it does not have a name, a specific description of it. So on this channel, I will call God or the universal superconscious mind. We all have this being in us. So that means every man is a golden link to your chain of good. When you have a friend who you think does not respect you, that person is a messenger to you. That person is not your enemy. That person is not using you. That person is not being disrespectful to you. That person is not being, ungrateful to you. What that person is doing is here to deliver a message about yourself, because that person, it's a reflection of the image and the light within you. Because we all have the God force, but the God force has to wear a garment or a body that looks like me, that looks like you, that looks like your neighbor, that looks like every man walking on this earth. But the God force has to protect itself, has to guide itself, has to love itself, has to give you unconditional love, guidance, and all these beautiful things that the God force has to do. Remember, the God force has your best interest at heart. So by protecting you, the God force has to bring herself in a different form to tell you exactly what you need to work on. If you are loving someone, okay, and the person is not loving you back, that person is giving you a message about self-love. That person came to you as a messenger. So what do? Automatically, in most cases, you point the finger at the next person and say, you are not loving me, you are not doing this, you are not doing that. It's better to point the finger this way. It's better to look at yourself and say, okay, so I'm giving this love and I'm not getting the love back. What is going on within me? Because the person is giving you a message. You got to listen to the message. The God forces messages are subliminal. They're subtle information, but you as a person, you have to make sure that you are in tune with the God force. You are in tune with this universal superconscious mind. You are in tune with this being that is within you. So what you do in that case is to find out, are you being genuine to yourself? Are you being honest to yourself? Are you being loving to yourself? Are you being respectful to yourself? Are you being all these things that you crave for yourself and you looking into other people to do for you? Are you doing that for yourself? And in most cases, the answer is no, you are not. So because you are not and you're craving it, the universal superconscious mind has to give you a screen where you can see yourself in. That is the person who's not showing you love. So to take care of this is to start loving yourself. Okay, if you're craving for love or you think you're not getting the love that you need, is to start loving yourself. And when you start loving yourself, that person who is a messenger will drop off. Will literally drop off. If it's a husband, they will file for divorce. If it is a boyfriend, they will break up with you. That is okay, because that person was there to give you a message, and that's all they needed to be in your life. Okay, and when they said, I want a divorce because now you are a different person, is because the God force wanted you to be who you wanted really to be. But the messenger was only there to give you what you really needed to work on. So when they drop off, you let them go. And when you let them go, you're going to let them go freely. You're going to send them with peace, love, prosperity. Because how can you hate on someone who just gave you the best news or the best message about yourself that will change you or transform you to be a better person? So you are going to be grateful for that person. You're going to send that person peace, joy, happiness, and you move on. And as you move on, you're going to start to attract people who like what you are or who you are today. And when you do that, you will see, you will build up a whole community of people who are like-minded, because sesame grows after sesame, orange grows after orange, and peanut grows after peanut. Okay, whatever man sow is what man would reap. So as these people are dropping off of your life, you should appreciate that, because they were there to serve you as a messenger. And now you recognize the message and you started working on yourself, and now you feel better, now you look better, now you are a different person or a more transformed person. Then the messenger will drop off and you move on with life. So at the end of the day, no one is using you, no one is disrespecting you, and no one is, taking advantage of you or anything. Now, if you hold on to those people, okay, even though they are messengers and they're telling you to see yourself in them, and you're right here and you're seeing yourself in them, okay, and if you hold on to them and you point the finger this way and you want to transform a messenger, it's not going to work. It never works, right? So what happens in that case, you start to feel like, you are the victim, and you stay in that relationship or you stay in that friendship, or however, you start to build this negativity within yourself. And because whatever man sow, man reaps, and seeds grow after their own kind, you start to attract negative people in your life. You start to attract, all these negative events in your life. And in most cases, you hear people saying, oh, I always attract these type of people. If they're this, if they're that, they always show up in my life. The reason why they always show up in your life is because that is the image and that is the light that is within you. And the first messenger came to you and you rejected that messenger. The second messenger came to you and you rejected it. Instead of you giving power to yourself, you gave power to all these messengers, and they're gonna stay around you. But you are not recognizing that the messenger is only there to tell you who you are. And by telling you who you are, your responsibility is to work within the self and start to transform the self. And if you don't transform the self, you're going to be in pain, you're going to be in distress, you're going to develop depression, you're going to develop anxiety, and sometimes it can be even fatal, where people end up committing suicide because they think that nobody cares about them, nobody loves them or appreciate them. Sometimes you lose your whole identity. You lose your whole human respect because you're holding on to a dead weight. This person wasn't a weight to begin with, was just a messenger in your life. So when you think about what I just told you, you have to identify what the messenger is and what you need to work on. And if you don't, then if you start to point fingers at people, you are doing yourself injustice. You're doing yourself more harm than good. You're bringing yourself more pain and suffering, more depression and anxiety, and more worthlessness, hopelessness, and all these symptoms that comes with these conditions, okay? So no one is using anyone here. No one is betraying anyone here. The betrayal is self-betrayal, selfies. When someone said that, oh, I did this to this, I did that for that, and then the person betrayed me, no, the person did not betray you. You betrayed yourself, because the person was trying to tell you as a messenger that there's something inside of you that is not genuine about yourself. Because you're not genuine to yourself, you're going to get more of the same people, more of the same incidents, more of the same events in your life, and it becomes a whole pattern of lifestyle, and it is just too chaotic of a lifestyle, and nobody wants to live that type of lifestyle while you're living on this earth plane. I will give you my personal experience, because this happened to me before I was enlightened, before I was, you know, aware of all these things that are happening to me. In the past, I used to say that I always give this person all this, they always come, they always take, and they go. The reason why it was happening to me was because those people were a mirror or an image of what was going on. I did not love myself enough. I did not appreciate myself enough. I did not value myself enough, right? I value other people, I appreciate other people, I love other people, but I was not doing that for myself. Well, love does not occur from the outside, it starts from the within. It comes like this, not like that, right? So I was believing in all these things and say, oh, maybe if I do this for this person, they would return it back to me. Or if I try to do this for this person, I would get love from them. Or if I do this and I do that, I will get appreciation from them. Guess what? For my life, that didn't happen, and that was not the truth. So I keep going and going and going for years, and then you finally get to a point and you say, wait a minute, why does the same thing happens to me all the time? Why do I get burned all the time? And the person who did it did not even know that they hurt me, because they shouldn't know. They were just a messenger to me. They weren't supposed to know that they hurt me. That's why a lot of people that hurt us, they don't know that they hurt us, because they weren't supposed to know. They were there to show me who I am, there to tell me who I am. And if I ignore that, then I hurt myself. So what I did, and I'm still doing, I look at every situation that happened to me as a mirror. For example, if I go to the grocery store and someone look at me a certain way or says something in a negative way, I always tell myself, what kind of information are you entertaining within yourself? What kind of negativity did you wake up today and entertaining within yourself? What can you do that is more positive, so that the next person that sees you can give you the positivity that you really need in your life? Because I usually don't give power to anyone, to anything outside of myself anymore after I knew this secret. And when you start to live your life as I just told you, trust me, every person becomes a golden link to your chain of good. Every person becomes a messenger to you. Every person becomes a prophet to you. Every person becomes an angel to you, because they are an angel, because they are your prophet, because they are your, messenger, because they are your golden link. So no one is really a negative person in your life. No one is trying to use you. No one is trying to walk over you. No one is trying to do anything to you. Please point the finger to yourself. Okay? And when you start to do this, you would know exactly what I'm talking about, because now when I look back, I say, wow, how appreciative I am that this person ever showed up in my life. I appreciate everyone, and I respect everyone, and I forgive everyone, because their intention was not to hurt me. Their intention was to show me who I was. Their intention was to tell me what I needed to work on within myself. And when I look back now, I appreciate those people in my life. I pray for them. I release them in happiness, joy, prosperity, and in good health. You must do that, selfie. And you must not get attached to people who are not to be attached, because when you do that, you're only going to hurt yourself. I hope this video helps. I hope this video brings you peace, joy, happiness, and prosperity. I hope this video brings you more energy that would attract the wonderful people in your life and bring a whole community of great people in your life. That means everyone on this earth is a great person. My peace and blessings to you all. Peace be upon you, and God Almighty's blessings.